Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ramblin' Hoops. This is it. This is it. This is what I've been waiting for. Since the season started, I've been waiting to see this team make it to the NBA Finals. We did it. Thunder did it after just 5 years of rebuilding. I guess technically like two tanking years or two semi bad years. Pretty bad seasons for the Thunder. To losing in the play-in to the Timberwolves, to then losing in the second round to the eventual finals contender Mavericks, to now being in the finals. I feel like I have imposter syndrome here. Again, I am so new to basketball and so new to the Thunder fandom still that when I scroll through Twitter, Instagram, any social medias revolving, the Thunder and their fans, I'm always seeing people talk about, all of the other times before. And obviously, I'm aware of those moments because, if you get into basketball, it's hard to not end up learning about big events in the sport's history. But I don't know. Like I'm really happy, but like I also don't have the same fire behind me as the same people who watched that 2012 team, who also watched that 2016 team and that same season where they watched Kevin Durant leave them. I never got to experience those seasons in the moment, so I really um so I get kind of I still get kind of thrown off to where I feel like I don't deserve this at times, which and I don't even mean to say it like that, but I mean it in a way of like I feel like almost like I am a bandwagon. And I but I'm not. But part of me still feels like I don't know. Anyways, guys, I have made a lot of predictions um regarding the playoffs and whether I got it, the amount of games right or not. A lot of my times my predictions I don't feel like were correct. This is the rare one where both of the finals teams I predicted would go into it. Um, the Pacers won on Saturday. Obviously, right now it is Monday. This video will come out Tuesday, so it will already be a couple days from now since the Pacers won. But the Pacers just it basically was belt to ass. Um, that whole that whole playoffs series between the Knicks and the Pacers because it did not feel like in any way that it did not feel like in any way that the New York Knicks really were fighting, giving it their all. It felt like the Pacers were just on a whole other playing field. Whole other playing field. I mean, the Knicks won 2 games and pushed it, to 6. But that was off of one poor game by Tyrese in game 5 or game 4, I apologize. Game 5. No, game 5. Where he had 8 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, with 0 turnovers. I will say, with how bad of a game, how bad of a Knicks game that was, or at least how bad of a Halliburton game that was, 6 assists with 0 turnovers. That's pretty. That's still pretty damn good. Um, Obviously, I woke up to Twitter the following day after the game, and I saw that Pascal Siakam had won um, the finals or the conference finals MVP. And that, I'm not going to lie, that really threw me off. Siakam had a fantastic playoff series. Don't get me wrong. He had a fantastic playoff series. 3 games where he had 30 points. But my only thing is I just felt like Tyrese Halliburton was way more impactful this playoffs than what Siakam was. Because Tyrese Halliburton isn't their score first guy. You know what I mean? He has well over 40 to 50 plus assists from this playoff series, at least even the last 5 playoff games in that Knicks series alone. I just don't see how you don't give it to Halliburton. And I saw a clip. I don't know how real it is, but it looked like Tyrese was getting ready to walk up to receive the trophy and was kind of thrown off that it was that Siakam had won it. Obviously later on more videos were coming up if that was real, of obviously like Halliburton got over that very, very quickly. He did not let that bother him, which shout out to Tyrese. He handled it very well. I believe Tyrese deserved it. He was everything that like Indiana brought to, okay, well not that, but he was the main threat that the Knicks had to worry about. And he went out there, and again, not a score first guard, very pass first guard. And he went out there and he cooked. And because he was able to get his teammates going, it got him into the flow of the game. And, you have a game in game 2. He only has 14 points on 31 shooting. The Knicks lose this game, but he had 11 assists with 1 turnover and 8 rebounds. You know what I mean? He was only a -2 that game. Tyrese Halliburton had 32 points on 47 from the field, 41 from 3, 83 from the free throw line, and had 12 rebounds and 15 assists with 0 turnovers. Game 6, he had 13 assists with 4 turnovers, had a lot of turnovers. It was game 6. They were cruising. The bad 8-point performance, 6 assists, 0 turnovers. He had a game where he had 7 assists and 3 turnovers. I don't know. I think that one bad performance is what did it for his chances of getting the conference finals MVP. And because he put up those 8 points in game 5, I believe that is the sole reason why Pascal Siakam had won trophy. And I'm not trying to discredit Pascal Siakam one bit. He had a 39-point performance, a 30-point performance, and a 31-point performance, all respectively against the Knicks. He shot 60% from 3, 75% from 3, and 60% from 3, all respectively. All respectively in those 3 30-plus point games that I just named off. He absolutely cooked. Anyways, shout out to the Indiana Pacers. Benedict Mathurin was giving you fantastic defense. Miles Turner shot the piss out of the ball, blocked shots when needed, was an all-around fantastic defender, had Cat on his toes quite literally all the time. Neesmith was huge this series. Nembhard was huge this series. Obi Toppin had some really good minutes. This is just looks like a team that can make it to the finals, and obviously that's what they did. Is a very fast team, a team that the Thunder can definitely have some trouble dealing with. I want to talk about the Knicks really quickly. This is unreal, man. that's just kind of sad. A report came out talking about, and I don't know how real this is. A report came out basically talking about how the team for the Knicks were frustrated with Cat's lack of communication on defense and constant errors on defense. Don't know how real that is. Kind of crazy. It came out like really quickly after the Knicks lose the series. But Cat did not have a good playoff series, in my opinion. Okay, I take that back. Cat was exceptional for most of the series. He really was. There was times where he was literally the reason they won the game. He had a 24 and 15 rebound performance. But he fouls too much, man. He fouls so much. And it's just like, a lot of these times I see so many players in those playoffs commit a foul and then react so crazily when the foul gets called. And I just don't get that. Don't foul the people and you won't get called. Brunson had obviously a rough series as well, or a rough last game. 18 attempted field goals on 19 points. It's just unacceptable on his part. OG Anunoby played huge. He had a great series. He did have a great series. Played hard. Took a couple dumbass shots. Like most of this Knicks team, it felt like they would kind of jack up some threes to try to see if they could get one of those momentum shots going that would start a run, and 9 times out of 10, it only hurt them. Mikal Bridges he just needs to stop shooting fadeaway mid-ranges. Please, for the love of God. Please, for the love of God, stop. Like, I'm sorry. It's your elimination game. Mikal Bridges, why are you taking 2 three-pointers? Why are you only shooting 2 threes? Like, it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, this team, I didn't predict them going this far. Obviously, this was the reason why. But at the same time, I'm not discrediting this. I don't want to discredit these guys, but at the same time, like, some of these guys needed to play harder and they didn't. They just couldn't react to the moment. Deuce did not have a good game. Josh Hart was just getting out hustled, and he's the hustler. You know what I mean? DeLon Wright had some pretty good minutes near the end. Landry Shamet was also, I can't believe, man. Cannot believe Landry Shamet is still finding like ways to just keep his career going. I love it, man. I really do. Okay. So I remember I talked about how Thunder beat the T-Wolves. So now it's on to my predictions for who I think is going to win this year's NBA Finals. I don't think it's any surprise when I say I think the Thunder win in 6 here. I will say it terrifies me that the Pacers are as good from shooting behind the arc as they are. This Thunder's defense likes to leave a lot of three-point shooters open, and it just feels like with this Pacers team, you can't do that. However, I think Halliburton is going to deal with... I don't think Tyrese Halliburton has had to deal with any crazy perimeter defending guards. I don't think he has had to deal with the kind of guards that he's going to see on the Thunder. Obviously, he had to deal with OG Anunoby in bits and pieces throughout the season or throughout the series between the Knicks. But Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso, Luke Ensdor, and Jalen Williams, those four guys are just... They're just the type of... There's just too many of them that are too good to where I think that Tyrese Halliburton is not just going to absolutely get crushed. And that's what the Thunder's defense does. I know, like I said, they leave a lot of three-point shooters open, and the Indiana Pacers have the best magnet ball in the league right now. And I'm not saying that as a conspiracist. I'm saying that as merely just an open statement. When they get hot, it seems like there is nothing that they can't shoot that won't go in. It is so unreal to me how one layup can start the chain of 7+ threes going in from this Pacers squad. Pascal Siakam. He's going to be difficult. I understand he is someone who is going to be difficult to stop. However, I trust Hartenstein. I trust Chet. Hell, I even trust Jalen Williams. That is Jalen Williams. Caruso obviously showed that you can front guard, that he can front guard any dominant, bigger force than him. And he can front the post, I believe, is the correct terminology. I'm kind of blanking right now on that one, I'm not going to lie. Chet is your 7-foot, spacer. Shea is the best scorer in the league. J-Dub has been a phenomenal second option since the T-Wolves series. I'm so excited, man. I really am. I'm so gassed. I cannot. Okay, yeah, so I think the Thunder are going to win in 6 games. I believe that is due to the fact that Tyrese hasn't really played against a good defense yet. And I really do mean that. I think the Knicks would be a good defensive team because of Cat, Josh Hart, Brunson, and McHale, or not Brunson, sorry, OG and McHale. You would think they'd be a good, good defensive front court or good defensive starting four. They're not. The Cavs were hurt. I believe they missed Mobley for a game or two. Or no, they didn't miss. I can't think off the top of my head. I believe they missed Mobley, but I could be wrong. I'm having a hard time thinking back on that series right now. And then they went up against, another hurt Bucks team. I don't think the Pacers. I'm regurgitating that. I really don't. This defense is too good. This Thunder's defense is just way too good to be letting Halliburton do what he did. And I say that because I know he's going to be able to do what he did. It's just it's like least turnover prone team versus most forced turnovers. You know what I mean? The Thunder always get in the passing lanes. They always disrupt passing lanes. Even if you do manage to get the ball, at some point in time, a fingertip airbrushed by another player, a teardrop by another Thunder player affected the ball at some point in that passing lane. to where you might not get a good catch on it and you could kind of lose your dribble for a second. And, you know, the play, by the time you get the ball in your hands and recovered, you have probably Cason Wallace and Alex Caruso on you. Like, there's too much chaos that the Thunder defense provides to where you're constantly in this state of quick thinking, and you don't really get a good second to process everything in enough time to react. Because the Thunder's defense is just that reactive. Obviously, Lou Dort needs to find his three-point shot. He was starting to find it near the end of the Wolves series. There's going to be a game where the Thunder will just get blown out. I know it. It's happened in the last 2 series. It's just bound to happen again against a good team. Again, Shea is having an absolutely amazing postseason since halfway through the Nuggets series. He's had a couple low-scoring games here and there. Obviously, at the same time, the team is just so good and so developed enough around each other as a whole to where, you know, Shea can have a bad night and the Thunder can step up. But at the same time, Shea can have a bad night and all of the Thunder can have a horrible night. This is amazing. This is a great feeling. I'm so happy the Thunder are in the playoffs. They absolutely deserve it as a team. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of, you know, every guy that we have managed to keep along the way to get to this point. Ousmane Dieng, Jalen Williams, Dub and Jay Will. I would have really wished if Trey Mann at least could have been here. He was the one guy that I would have loved stay on this team. I'm so excited that Kenrich is still here to see this all happen because I know he's been through it since he's been here with Shea. I think him and Shea have been here the longest for this rebuild. I'm so ecstatic, man. I really am extremely happy for this team. And yeah, let's just keep proving them wrong. I hope you guys like this video. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. The NBA finals start on Thursday. I don't know if I will make another video on that on Thursday. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I really don't know. I think I will just wait to see how the playoffs are going, and then maybe make a video Monday and Saturday, or Monday and Thursday. And then those will come out Tuesday, Friday of next week. So I don't know. All right. Deuces.